We're just out here with a whole fucking podcast. That's fire. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody, back to the Built Different podcast. We're back in the studio. Episode 13 of Off the Backboard. I'm no longer sick. I mean, I'm sick in the head. But...
He's back, baby.
But I'm back. And the NBA has completely changed yet again. And we're here to talk about it. So we're going to talk about LeBron. We're going to talk about the trade deadline. We're going to talk about the power rankings. But first, I want to talk about Ja Morant.
Ja Morant.
So this guy apparently...
The funniest dude in the NBA.
He's being investigated because he... After the Pacers game, he threatened them with a laser that could have been a gun that the Pacers people thought was a gun.
He's a bozo. But then didn't he send some of his dudes to some the Pacers players too?
Bro,
he sent in come on, bro.
Bro, to the Pacers?
Yes.
They're gonna do that to the Pacers.
Right.
The Indiana Pacers.
Some thinks he's fucking
I can
Gilbert
see it,
Arenas
though.
or some
Like,
shit.
come
bro.
on,
I can see it, though,
bro.
because Benedict Mathurin, he be running his mouth.
I know you love the Grizzlies, Tom, but
I do not love the Grizzlies. Do not say that.
nah, bro.
They know you love the Grizzlies.
I do not.
They know.
Bro,
They
all
know.
right, let's revisit this.
Yo, Belgium, y'all know.
Because the Grizzlies are better than the Nuggets.
No, we're not doing this.
But I don't believe in
We're not doing this.
Bro, I don't even believe in the Grizzlies anymore now. The West is fucking unstoppable at this point. Just crown the West. Don't even crown a team. Just like GG's.
Bro, I still think the Celtics have a pretty good chance of winning it all. What are you talking about? What the hell?
I don't know. This is going to be fun.
I think the Celtics could match up beautifully with the Suns.
Yeah? Well, I mean, I think a lot of people can match up with the Suns, but we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. But before we really dig in too much, John Wall got traded back to the Rockets.
Nah, the NBA is a business, man. They don't give a fuck about you. A week ago, he was just talking shit on the fucking Rockets.
Right,
He was just talking shit, bro. I literally just watched that interview, bro.
And the Clippers thought it was the best thing to do to just send him
right back. Oh, you want to talk shit to him? Bye.
Bro, I mean, the Clippers, at first I was like, why did they do that? But then now, I can see because they got a much better team to come from it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But, wow, sending him back to the... I mean, obviously the Rockets were going to waive him. That was the point of doing the whole trade.
Of course.
But still, that's just a crazy... imagine, you get that notification, or, your agent calls you...
Just a fuck you.
Yeah, man, you're headed back to Houston, dog. Because they didn't even waive him till, the next day, either. I was waiting for that report. But all right, why don't we start, dig right in. The king is finally the king. LeBron James is now the all-time leading point scorer. He already was in playoff points in regular season, but now it's just he has it all.
Yeah, if you combined the playoffs and regular season, he was already, because he had so many more playoff points than anyone in the history. But now, regular season, he's got that.
So I'll let you guys. You guys are the Lakers fans. You guys are the Brown fans.
Bro, everybody in the...
Don't do that.
Everyone's saying he's the GOAT and shit now. To me, this don't make him the GOAT. It's just I didn't consider Kareem the GOAT for having it, so I'm not considering him the GOAT for having it. It's just a really crazy fucking record that not many people thought was going to get broken.
It's a lot, though.
I'm not taking shit away from Brian. He got that shit. And he still got 2. Yeah, that's true.
I'm sitting here, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and say full-fledged that Brown is the GOAT. But he's getting there, and it's
yeah, shit's adding up. The
only thing that gets to me is when you discuss MJ and Kobe, you discuss a never give up attitude, I can't be beat by anybody.
We've physically seen LeBron give up.
Literally, on several occasions, falling on the floor and crying when there's a whole nother overtime. He did it again this year when he did it in the playoffs that year that J.R. Smith fucked up. But we're gonna celebrate LeBron.
Man, that shit was.
Man, I know how you are. You would have done the same shit.
That shit was.
But at the end of the day, it's a game. It's game 1 of the finals.
I would have been pissed too.
Bro, you would have been pissed, but you wouldn't have given up the whole overtime.
He didn't give up the overtime.
Bro,
he broke his hand in the fucking locker room.
He just started chucking. Bro, why are you breaking your hand in the locker room?
That's the question that you need to ask. Because we should have won
the game.
You still have a chance. You still gotta know. You beat them. You beat them in a 4-quarter game. Finish the job.
The job should have been finished. That's the problem.
It's just demoralizing, bro.
See, that's the thing, though. Everybody wants to judge the action instead of what caused the action.
Well, right. We'll call J.R. Smith like he's a weenie. Like, that was bad.
Weenie Hut Jr.?
Like, that was bad. I'm not taking anything away from J.R. Smith. I'm just saying you had a whole nother...
take everything away from J.R. Smith. Take the ball away
from him.
I'm
saying I'm not taking no blame away from J.R. That was completely bad and horrible, but, like... You got another quarter to play, and you beat them in the 4 quarters that you had. Just turn it up, LeBron. You're LeBron.
Beat me up, Scotty.
You know how crazy that is.
And I know how stressful it is because it's the KD Warriors.
I was about to say, this is literally that team, bro.
You were like, whoa, I took game 1.
An extra quarter against that team isn't just nothing.
Yeah.
I know, but at the same time, you did it in those 4 quarters.
You know how much all quarter can swing a game, though?
He did it.
So he can go out in the overtime.
And now we're in a position that somebody else put him in.
I'm not saying he can't be pissed. I'm just saying, like, he literally just chucked that whole overtime and just gave up.
Damn, if he would have passed the ball, you would have still said he.
But chucking, there was no smart shots. There was, like, I believe 2 turnovers in that overtime.
He just put up 50.
You need to put up 10 more.
So what happened?
50, like,
10, perfect example. So perfect example. What happened when?
Regardless, you guys agree that he gave up.
What happened when Kevin Durant went to overtime against the Bucks?
Regardless,
Game 7. You started chucking. He didn't make not one shot.
But we don't consider KD the GOAT. We don't consider. I don't.
But we also didn't say that he quit though. Because again, on the flip side of that, people say that Kobe quit against the Suns when he didn't shoot.
But you were just trying to make a point.
I'm like I said, KD. I'll sit here and say right now, if that's what you want me to say.
No. KD has nothing to do with that.
KD's just flat out a horrible leader.
Because it's not like LeBron.
It's not even that he's a horrible leader. You just don't want to lead.
Yeah, he just doesn't want.
And honestly, I commend you for making that point. Because there's a lot of delusional ass Kevin Durant.
No, because
that believes that this guy is a world class leader.
If KD was a good leader, they would have gotten it done in that Warriors series when they were up 3-1. That's that. I mean, I still think Westbrook chucked a lot and whatever have you.
They both were.
You were 1 game away. You slap Westbrook in the back of the head, get him benched, whatever you got to do.
Square up with you. Westbrook might square up. I don't know.
But regardless, I mean, what I mean is that LeBron gave up, and you guys agree with that, right? That's my point.
He has given up. I don't know if he gave up in that series.
But regardless...
Yes, he has given up.
To celebrate Bron, his GOAT resume
Yeah, we're not even supposed to be going in on him. We're supposed to be celebrating
We always do that shit.
Talk about some whole other shit.
Like when the Knicks were on that 6-game winning streak, and we were like, fuck Tibbs.
Good, and we're just going in on Tibbs.
But, LeBron, he got the record. His longevity is absolutely undeniable. Like, That's the thing that makes it hard for me is that this guy's been doing it for 20 years. From start to finish, it's just been greatness. He's actually the king now. He got the scoring record, which is probably I'm not saying the best thing that you can have in the NBA because I think the best thing is obviously a chip. But he has 4 of those. But, yeah. I mean, he got a lot of shit now. His resume is...
To me, like, when you talk about the
his Wikipedia page has to be nuts.
His basketball reference page is crazy. But when you just talk about LeBron, or just the GOAT conversation, to me it just comes down to like when you talk about LeBron,
that's a whole lot of shit.
When you talk about MJ and shit, like his peak might have been a tad higher, but LeBron's peak has just been so much longer that it overshadows it, bro. It's just like
fucking. He's like John Cena.
Jordan had a 6-year prime in a 15-year career. People really don't talk about that. He had a 6-year prime and a 15-year career. Yes, you could say his years in the 80s were prime.
But those years outside of that 6-year prime were nuts regardless.
Not after, just before.
Well, yeah, but who the fuck cares about those
years? Are we not talking about Jordan's down years when we talk about LeBron's down years?
LeBron hasn't had
that's always the thing.
Yes, he has. Everyone was smoking him for his first year in LA when he got injured. Saying,
was that a bad? But like realistically, if we go and look at Bleacher Reference or fucking
LeBron's
Basketball
down
Reference,
years,
does it look like a bad year?
LeBron's down years.
So all the analysts, it does.
LeBron's down years only comes from losing.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
there is no down year in terms of numbers. That doesn't exist for him.
It doesn't.
That's why I can't put LeBron above Jordan for the simple fact of, LeBron giving up and crying all the goddamn time, but then I also can't put Jordan above LeBron because LeBron's resume is absolutely undeniable at this point.
So you'd rather LeBron punch his teammates in the face?
Yeah. To get the fucking job done, I bet you if LeBron punched a couple of his teammates in the head, he'd probably have another ring or two. I'm just being honest.
No, I don't think he would.
He would have at least beat the.
You've seen where punching people get you in the face.
Well, yeah, the Warriors are kind of
That was worded weird, but yeah.
Like,
you think he's a Bobby Portis?
Hey, Bobby Portis is a fucking full-on gangster, all right? he had to do what needed to be done, and Chicago ain't the place to... Like, if I'm a player and I have to play for the Bulls, and on top of that I got some white motherfucker just trash-talking me, I'm gonna pop him.
Yurcich was a dog, too, though.
I don't care. We're in Chicago. We all suck.
He wasn't that dog.
No, he wasn't a dog. He was just a dog balling, bro.
And what gets me tight is these people talking about Anthony Davis like Anthony Davis was really
he was tight because they were losing the game and he was tight at Westbrook. Like that shit had nothing to do with
that
LeBron.
Whole narrative is so retarded.
Why would AD sit here and be like non-caring that
he straight up said he was tight because he was having a shitty game and the Lakers were losing.
And no matter what, Bron was going to break the record
on that night.
To the Thunder.
Thunder were hitting them though. Thunder were hitting them every shot. Yeah. Isaiah Joe and Mike Muscala were smoking us,
bro.
And that's what I mean. And LeBron, no matter what, I think he was breaking the record that night. So it's like,
oh yeah,
the excitement and everything.
Given the fourth quarter, he didn't do shit. He broke it.
He was gassed.
He
LeBron gets the only excuse for being gassed.
Bro, what do you mean? Kevin Durant was gassed too, and I'm giving you examples literally of gas stars.
Kevin Durant,
that happens to everybody. Bro.
KD's no RJ Barrett. No.
What?
But what are some final thoughts about LeBron here? Because we have a whole trade deadline.
Bro, he's great, bro.
Absolutely unpacked.
He's one of the greatest players we will ever see. Until Luka gets into that conversation.
He's past MJ. I don't know.
Past MJ.
He's past MJ.
No, it's not a conversation that I'm against. Like, if you think LeBron's a GOAT, cool.
This is what it boils down to.
If you think Kobe's a GOAT, cool.
Which one would you bet on? MJ having the career that he did now, or LeBron having the career he had now then?
What?
Do you think Jordan could have done what he did then now?
Like you would explain to a 5-year-old.
The career Jordan had then, do you think he could do it now?
Be as successful as he was in his time period. Now, like today, in this NBA.
He would have been better.
Or would LeBron be more successful?
Ring-wise?
I honestly think LeBron would have done better then, and Michael Jordan would have done better.
I don't think, no.
But that's the thing.
The Jordan part, just because this league,
bro, he individually more points.
No, he wouldn't have. Individually, he would have.
Free throws.
You think he would have averaged 46 points per game?
Yes,
probably.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
This game isn't made for that.
Depending on the team around him, yes, he would have. Because if he had that same Bulls team, yes.
Okay, so sure, he would have averaged 46. But that's what I'm saying. He wouldn't be winning if he had a team like that then.
I feel like they would have found him, Pippen, Rodman.
That team is only scoring 90 points a game.
Yeah, but at the same time, now you're talking about MJ's going to get more free throws. Pippen's going to be a lot better. Pippen's probably going to average 10 more points, too.
Yeah, I'm not giving him
No.
Why
What the fuck? He's Pippen in this era is a 30-point per game scorer?
Yeah, yes.
No.
30, yeah, I'm wilding a little bit.
He's a 25
He would have been shooting way more threes because it's a 3-ball
But he can't shoot, though.
But
Pippen had a...
He shot 17% in the finals. Like, you really want him to keep shooting?
I mean...
There was a point where Kobe shot 22% in the finals.
LeBron had a real horrible finals against the Mavericks.
Hey, so what?
Okay, so what?
Yeah, I'm the five in a 7-game series.
That's not
percentage
17%. That's not me saying.
All right, 17% is bad, but what I'm saying is that team is prototypical of a team that would succeed today. Because you had the shooters around them, the relevant shooters. You had MJ and Pippen, and then you had Rodman to guard
me, whenever anybody says Jordan's averaging 45, 15 this era, they're just... If they had a shitty fucking team, sure, maybe. But the way this ball game is played nowadays... Yeah, KD...
I can respect that argument.
Actually,
and Harden, they if they wanted to and they had a team that said go for it...
I can respect that argument
they could have had 45 points per game. Well, the team would have been better, but the
argument
coaching staff would have said no. You're averaging about 35, but you have to have your teammates involved.
Now that I'm actually thinking about it.
No.
Well, I mean, because to Matt's point, I guess,
the game nowadays won't allow you to score 45 every night.
Not even just because of that. But to me, the defenders are a lot better now than they were then.
It was gritty. See, people, that's one thing.
That's the thing. Even though they're better, like the way
they were punching people,
but the way MJ played and the way he would have had the referees, he would have been getting.
The thing is, it's not like he was like. He wasn't like,
and he would have been he would have been a better 3-point shooter too, because he would have had no shot but to have a 3-point game.
Or he would have just been DeMar DeRozan.
So him, he would have been in the gym working on that.
Or he just would have been.
And that's what I consider when I talk about Wilt, for example, is that if Wilt played in today's game, he would have had a 3-shot.
Do we think so?
Yeah, he was a very athletic big man that would not have been exited out of the league.
Athleticism has nothing to do with your 3-point shot.
But he would have been in the gym shooting threes.
Do we? We don't know that. Yeah. We don't know that.
Shaq would have probably had a 3-point shot.
He probably wouldn't have. He wouldn't have. No,
but he had a 3.
No, he made one in his whole career.
No, but
people need to get off that narrative that if they were just in this era, they would have learned it. If they could have learned it then, they would have learned it then.
There's mad goofy ass big men shooting threes now.
I'm talking about Jordan. But if he wanted to learn it, he could have learned it then. They had a 3-point line. They used that 3-point line, bro. I don't want to hear that.
But back then, the 3-ball wasn't shot as much as it was shot today.
It was still shot, though.
He would have had if he wanted to still be the best, he would have had to integrate that 3-point shot. And he
but could he have is the thing. Not everybody can learn it. That's the thing.
But Michael Jordan would have learned it. He's a naturally talented basketball player. LeBron learned to have a 3-point shot. I mean, I know this year it's horrible, but
he's just chucking them.
I said LeBron still is subpar 3-point shooter.
Yeah, but that would have been good enough to get him the extra 10 points that he needed along with the free throws.
This extra 10 points thing is crazy to me.
But then again, now...
But I think LeBron would have been better back in the day, because then he would have been... It's the same way I feel about LeBron. Like, MJ would have been forced to have a 3-point shot today. LeBron would have been forced to bend his physical, aggressive self back in the day, which would have benefited him greatly.
To me, I just don't think... I think LeBron could have still got 4 back then, if not more. I just don't think Jordan's getting 6 in this era.
No, hell no.
The competition is too good now.
Yeah, I mean...
The fact that LeBron has 4, the fact that Curry has 4,
MJ probably leaves the Bulls before he even gets 6.
Yeah, 100%. He leaves the Bulls before he gets 1. Because if we played his career out from 03 to 18, like we did LeBron's,
he would have done.
Those first 6 years before he got Pippen, he would have left.
He's Michael Jordan too. He would have done some sleazy shit.
Yeah, he would have left before he got.
He would have done some sleazy shit.
Bro, in this era, Jordan would have left just like LeBron did, just like KD.
He would have went to the Cavs. Like after LeBron left, he probably would have went to the Cavs. Did some dumb shit.
Or he would have been a dumbass like Lillard and just stayed and never won nothing.
Yo, there was a meme where it was like, there was a whole bunch of group of people talking and Dame was over here and he was like, hey guys, I'm still loyal. And then there was one guy in the group that was just like, and then they went back to their conversation. I don't feel bad for that guy.
No, anymore. I don't feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for Beal. I don't feel bad for him.
But you got any...
I'm about to say, my last thing on that is if Michael Jordan was in today, he would go from Michael Jordan back then to Aaron Rodgers now. He might get 1 if lucky. and he'll win
Stinginess,
the MVPs.
maybe. Yeah.
He'll win the MVPs just because he's Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
That's a solid take.
That's a really good take.
Good job, bud. But do you have any closing takes on LeBron winning the scoring record? Because Kareem was salty. That shit was funny as fuck.
Pissed. Every time LeBron scored, they would just look at Kareem. He was
like when he made that
happy once.
When he made that 1-3, and Kareem was just like.
And then he came back and did another back to back. Like,
bro, no matter what, your record is gone, and you're acting like you're like just getting
whether
shot
it's this game or next game, it's
like
gone,
the way
bro.
he was looking. I was fully convinced that he was gonna just pass away right after he broke the record. Each point Bron scored, you could just like see the life leave Kareem. Like he just like
it was
and
bad.
like when he handed him the basketball, that shit was like, so bitter, bro. Like.
Kareem, it's like he wanted one last time to just be the biggest in the room. He was like,
bro, Kareem looked like he just wanted to take the ball and shoot it and try to get 2 more points.
That crazy. A whole one-on-one breaks out for the record.
Bro.
And Kareem's still been.
Bro, and what people don't talk about with Kareem too, because people love trying to say, "Oh no, Kareem should be the GOAT." Like the old heads try to say, "Bro,
he had
Kareem,
Magic the whole time."
Well, no, even before he got Magic and before he went to Lakers, bro, he started in what 70, 72 or some shit, bro. The whole 70s, there was like 2 good centers other than Kareem. He had no comp in the 70s. And that's the 80s is where he started getting comp.
And that's why I kind of agree with you guys that like people like I guess Michael Jordan probably wouldn't have been able to rip off 6 because like. That era died out after, I think, Magic and Kareem. Because, like, not even Kobe and Shaq only got 3, and they probably should have dominated the league for 10 years, you know what I mean? But, like, you know, Kareem and Magic...
Bro, the 90s were just so weak, though.
Magic and
outside
Kareem,
they got
4
Rockets,
or 5 together. 5, yeah. Because Kareem got one with the Bucks.
He got one with the Bucks
6,
with Oscar. Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like, they like, the Celtics, it started with the Celtics. They got, like, 10, 11, 12, 13, whatever they got 11, with Bill. Yeah. And then it dwindled down to Magic and Kareem getting 5. And it dwindled down to, the Bulls got 6. And it dwindled down to the Lakers getting 3. And LeBron couldn't even string 3 together with one team. So, yeah. And the Warriors, they still only have, I think, 4 chips now. Which is impressive as fuck. But
the Warriors is an all-time great team.
Every time I think about that story, because I saw a post where they were talking about the ring that they got last year. I was like, damn, yeah. Steph got a ring before Kevin Durant, then he got the ring with Kevin Durant, then he got one after. Got
2 with Kevin Durant, but yeah.
And that's another thing about LeBron that I don't really like. I mean, I guess, LeBron didn't have too much control over that, but Curry is the one for this generation, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, he's the
From
face
2015
of
this.
on, yeah. Steph is he changed the whole league.
And to me, it's just like, people always say, well, LeBron or Jordan never let nobody get none over him. There was nobody to get none over you, Jordan.
That's 100%.
There's just so much better competition in today's era. Like,
because he was out there competing with guys
Thunder
Dan.
There's guys...
Thunder Dan.
Dan Marley.
That's who it was. His competition. Michael Jordan, there you go. Ask your local old head. Thunder Dan.
Bro, there was this dude at my job who was saying, bro, they had Pat Ewing in the Knicks. I'm like, Patrick Ewing and the Knicks were just a rough team. They were not a great team.
Dudes missed the whole finals off of a fucking finger roll.
Be serious, bro. The Trailblazers, Clyde Drexler is your go-to. Like, Clyde is not a top 30 player of all time. Like, you got, the Rockets.
Clyde Drexler will probably be on the fucking bench now.
With that hair, yeah.
Wow.
The Rockets.
Wow.
Yo, imagine a hairdo getting you benched.
The Rockets would be, to me, the only team that really is the only team that's really fucking with the Bulls back then. But they only had a 2-year peak anyway.
The Magic, I feel like if the Magic played more together, they would have had a team too.
Penny just kept getting injured. It's you could... Because, they beat the Bulls. People forget Jordan came back. Jordan came back. Beat the hell out of Jordan. I don't want to hear that shit.
Bro,
he beat him in 5?
For some reason, when it comes to Michael Jordan, people don't care about anything other than what happens in the finals.
They don't care about nothing but those 6 rings. Anything before, in the middle, or after, they forget about.
Where was he at before he got to the finals?
But that's the thing, because it's just like
first round exit.
It just represents winning, and it's like you think about LeBron and all the times that he's just fucking.
But people bitch at LeBron so much about him leaving the first time or this, that, and the third. He got them to the finals with no help. Unlike Jordan, Jordan needed help to get them to the finals. Did he lose any of those?
I don't know.
No.
That team. I mean, if you look at that team a little closer before Rodman, I mean, yeah, he had Pippen, but I'm amazed at that group of guys.
But look at
the
still
again, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like everyone was the same until they got Rodman, and then once they got Rodman, I think that was what pushed them over the hump. But then the Rockets were nuts too. But
so then that would be
the Rockets were nuts. Did you guys watch one game in that Magic and Rockets finals?
Yeah.
I watched that series. That shit was crazy. Yeah, the Rockets were nuts.
Yeah,
Hakeem was different.
Hakeem was wilding on Shaq.
He was shoving Shaq out the paint.
Hakeem is one of those guys. To me, like I want to put him in my top 10 so bad, bro, because he's the perfect center.
Hakeem Olajuwon is my favorite center.
Yeah, he's
my personal favorite.
He's the perfect center, Hakeem. He had crazy defense. His footwork was immaculate. Like he was close to
he was the most skilled player in the paint post I've ever seen.
And then he had that little 18-foot jumper. He had the dream shake. He could do everything.
Players like him and Giannis tell me that Wilt would have been good in either era.
No, I'm one of the guys who thinks Wilt would have been good. I don't know if he would have developed a 3, but I think Wilt would have been phenomenal in today's era. I mean, he was just so athletic.
I just think today it would have.
He's just JaVale McGee.
JaVale.
Yeah,
but. I mean, 3 or not. I mean, when I say 3 though, I don't mean like he would have been some kind of sharpshooter shooting above 35%. I'm thinking like Giannis, like because you see Giannis now just walking up and popping them and making them every now and then like that. That's what I mean.
Okay, a 29 to 31% 3-point shooter.
He would have been a taller, skinnier,
because he had the midi already. Low-key Wilt was hitting the middies too.
OD.
He was hitting the middies.
That's why I say Hakeem.
His shot was ridiculous. Will's shot was fucking ridiculous,
every footage that I see of him versus Bill, he's cooking Bill.
You're cooking Bill.
He's cooking Bill. Like, Bill's looking horrible.
We started off the episode with that shit one time. It was just
that fucking one-hand bullshit he put up, bro. Like, I don't know how he was making that shit.
I'll give LeBron, his flowers. I don't know. I just wish there was a few things that were different.
Oh, of course.
The trade deadline.
Yeah, we haven't even got to that yet.
This is crazy.
We're an hour in.
This is crazy. So once again, the NBA is completely different. More so the West, but
the trade deadline flipped the league upside down. The East sent people away.
Right.
They didn't get
like the Bucks, they got a little something. The Celtics got a little something. Knicks got a little something.
Exciting.
But
it was all the West. The West is already so competitive, but it just got even more.
The West needed to do that though, because like when we were sitting here, we were just like, the Pelicans would have to make it fully healthy. The Warriors would have to get their shit together.
I feel like now we're able to see more of a clear picture.
Way clearer.
Yeah, because now teams are going to really separate themselves.
West is still a disaster.
But like we at least know who the teams are now. But now it's just about putting them in order.
I'm very thankful for this trade deadline because things got just a lot exciting. Like the Nets doing that, thank you. KD and Kyrie. Now we're gonna see some ball. Like when KD comes back, it won't be about drama. When Kyrie's balling in Dallas, it's not gonna be about drama. It's just gonna be ball, and I love that shit.
Bro, other than the actual games themselves and the finals and playoffs, the two most exciting times for me that have to do with the NBA are the trade deadline and the draft night. Because all the trades that happen on draft night and shit. Those are the two single most exciting days of my NBA fandom and shit. Other than watching the games themselves, just because those are exciting. But bro, the trade deadline just be getting so crazy nowadays, man. I didn't know if anything could pop or take over like the last 2-year trade deadlines.
I really didn't think the Nets were about to just strip everything down after being third or like. But anyway, so we'll start here. Kyrie Irving gets traded to the Mavericks for a bucket of dicks. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
No, but he gets traded to the Mavericks for Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, some draft compensation, and some other stuff. I love the trade for the Nets because when you sit here and consider that Kyrie was done and probably not going to play another game as a Net, were you either going to hold him hostage till the end of the season and hope that Kyrie just isn't Kyrie, or do you try to get something out of it? And what they got is they got Spencer Dinwiddie, who actually fucking loves Brooklyn, one of the only people that likes playing for the Nets. And you get Dorian Finney-Smith, who, in my opinion, in the right spot, we've seen him shine. I think he'll shine again in Brooklyn.
To me, the only thing with this trade is, the only reason why I'm saying it's kind of an L for the Nets, not because just what they got back for Kyrie, nothing like that, because you only could get so much back because he was demanding a trade and everything. To me, it was just because they got these pieces thinking that they were going to keep KD. Because they straight up, right when this trade went down, they're like, nah, we're not trading KD.
Well,
there's no noise for KD.
Behind the scenes, KD requested for a trade as soon as the trade was done, but he told them not to make it public because he didn't want to deal with the drama.
He told them the day before draft, or the trade deadline.
Oh, I thought it was right after.
No, he told them the day before the trade deadline. And then all of a sudden, the Suns' new owner is the one who called up the Nets owner. Personally. They didn't even do GM to GM. They did owner to owner, and he was like, it was like a 45-minute convo.
Imagine you're the GM and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's my job.
What do I do now?
And all of a sudden, so they had like a 45-minute convo, and they brought up their GMs and said, all right, make the trade. It was that quick. No one saw this coming.
That's why.
I feel like they could have got different compensation that maybe would have fit their future timeline if they knew they were getting rid of KD here.
Yeah,
they would have got something that would fit their timeline.
I don't know. But if you're the Nets and you want to keep, I guess,
conspiracy.
Damn.
Is there some off the court favors involved? Because owner to owner, that's kind of,
Owner to owner is owner to owner.
That's kind of.
And that's what I mean, because it's like for the Nets too, they're the luckiest franchise on earth, in my opinion.
My thing is like, if
luckiest?
I'm the owner, you call me, don't call my phone about no Kevin
The Nets
Durant.
are the luckiest because you've seen teams.
They ain't never won nothing.
But you've seen teams try to build super teams before and completely fumble the bag. And
they did.
They completely are still like either struggling or it took them a while to get back on their feet. The Nets, every single time, they did that trade for KG.
I was about to say, they did it twice already.
No, right. So they did it. They traded for KG.
They're bad for 6 years after that.
Yeah, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it could have been a lot better, though.
They slowly rebuilt, and then they took their chances with Kyrie, KD, and James Harden, which, for me, people who blame the Nets front office... Why wouldn't you assemble that team? If you have the chance to put Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden on the same team, why wouldn't you? Even no matter the drama and whatever's behind it, why wouldn't you do that?
I wouldn't have done that James Harden deal just because.
A better team before.
I wouldn't have done the James Harden part. I would have done.
You think the Nets had a better team before they had Kyrie, KD, and James Harden?
No, before James Harden.
Oh,
I wouldn't have done the James Harden deal.
Well, yeah, that's a conversation for a different day because that's Jared Allen and Karis LeVert, and they probably would have ended up a lot better. But for them to end up with this team after all
that trade
that,
did save Karis LeVert's career.
Yeah,
100%.
His life.
Yeah.
But overall, just how they end up with this team, which is still loaded with talent, in my opinion, after all of that toxicity and chaos and shit, is impressive. Like,
I don't know. They still got Ben Simmons. I don't know.
But that's the thing. Now you're removing the drama away from the Nets. You got rid of Kyrie, KD. There's no expectation for the Nets.
Cut that shit out.
What? But listen,
just waiting for the bullshit to be over.
Yeah, I am too.
Well, that's fine. But you remove the drama from the Nets. You remove the distractions. Now there's no pressure on Ben Simmons. No one gives a fuck about this guy anymore. It's perfect for him to just do what he got to do to get back to where he needs to get back to. And if he doesn't, he doesn't.
He won't.
But either way, this is the best scenario for him, too. And that's why I think the Nets lucked out.
You know whose best scenario it is for? Cameron Thomas. That boy is a dog.
Oh, nah, for real.
That boy is a dog.
And if they figure out their offense, I mean, they have Mikal Bridges and Dorian Finney-Smith guarding. And then you got all the offensive weapons that they have. It's not that bad of a team. It's not at all. It's a playoff
They got
team.
like 2 offensive weapons.
Like who?
Spencer Dinwiddie, Cameron Thomas.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I have 1 second.
I feel like that's all their offensive talent.
We still got Seth Curry, I guess.
Seth Curry.
They don't even use him.
Yeah, they haven't used him much this year at all. You got Patty Mills.
He's getting less playing time.
Yeah,
they don't even play him.
Like, you don't really have much offensive talent on this team.
So their lineup, what I would do is I would do Dinwiddie, Cam Thomas, Bridges, Finney-Smith, and Claxton, which is fire.
Yeah.
And then their bench would be Benjamin, Sumner, Cam Johnson, and Royce O'Neal.
Yeah, that fucked me up for a second.
So I mean,
so you only got 2 offensive players.
They would need some more scoring off the bench, but that's why you kind of could cycle in, Seth and Patty Mills and all those. Joe Harris, he did good.
I forgot about Joe Harris. But
either
Joe
way,
Harris
Kyrie to the Mavs though, I think was very risky by Dallas, especially giving up Finney-Smith and Dinwiddie. But I like it.
I expect
if you get every game out of Kyrie, I like it.
I expect nothing less out of Mark Cuban.
Yeah, I mean, because Mark
Cuban.
He's a wild guy. He's a wild guy. I love him.
But
he's open about everything. He's just a wild guy.
It is OD risky, like you were saying, for the Mavs, just because if Kyrie don't really fuck with it,
because Dinwiddie,
when the offseason comes through, he could be like, "Hey, LA, sign and trade D'Lo for me."
Luka? Oh, Kyrie. I thought you said Luka.
Luka's got a whole deal with him right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kyrie could just be in the offseason if he's not really fucking with Dallas. Yeah. Call up the Lakers and then get a sign and trade going.
And Dinwiddie and Finney-Smith, like that's what I mean. Like if Dallas doesn't retain Kyrie, they're gonna be left with almost nothing after this year. And then Luka's probably gonna get upset.
And you know what I like about this trade too that no one is talking about. I love that Christian Wood is now made from a number 2 option to a number 3 option. He is a perfect number 3 option for them. I think. Sure. I love that part of it because Christian Wood's low-key been balling this year.
Blended in with the rest
exactly.
Of the team.
Yeah, and he's just fitting his role perfectly on that team. All right, so
it sucks for the Nets because as you see their record, 33-22, they had won like 12 in a row. They had everything figured out, and they just did it.
Low key, with all of this drama and trading and shit going around them, they're still probably going to end up like a top 8 seed just because they're 11 games above 500 right now,
and they're 8 games above 11.
Exactly. So they're probably still going to end up like a top 8 seed, still fighting in the play-in. Might lose that play-in, but
I don't know, man. That team in a 1-game play-in spot,
they got a lot of dogs.
Scary.
Yeah, they have 3 crazy defenders, wing defenders, in Ben Simmons, Michael Bridges, and Dorian Finney-Smith.
If I'm top
of the line defenders.
If I'm the Knicks, I gotta get top 6 because if I fall in the play-ins with the Nets, I don't even want to watch that game. I already know what's about to happen. But yeah, Kyrie to the Mavs. If he plays every game, I love it.
If he comes back, I love it.
Yeah, like if Kyrie legit, because him and Luka's about to be an insane ass duo of players.
Yeah,
like one gets tired and you gotta it's just two real unguardable ass players.
There probably won't even be that in the playoffs where you saw Luka just getting drained. There might not be none of that where he's just huffing and puffing up and down the court looking like Julius Randle. There might not be none of that.
But what are final thoughts on the Kyrie trade?
I just love madness in the NBA, and so when shit just goes crazy and the league gets flipped upside down, it's interesting because then I can just go on 2K. Well, yeah, Twitter's the best place on earth when it comes to this type of shit, and then I can just pop on 2K and just
2K
try all these teams out.
Right?
Yeah,
it gives me some shit to do.
If you use the Suns in 2K now, you're cheating.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Speaking of the Suns, they get Kevin Durant. Another huge ass name just getting traded on trade deadline. Remember those years where it would just be 20 of the most irrelevant ass trades and maybe one really
wild one, yeah.
Now we got just everything, and this one Juan Pablo Villette, but I didn't even know he was there. Yo, there's players that got traded that just still haven't played in 15 years. We'll get to that, but. So the Nets, they trade Kevin Durant and TJ Warren to the Phoenix Suns for Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Juan Pablo Villette, 3 firsts, 2 pick swap, 4 firsts, 1 pick swap, and 2 seconds.
Yeah.
The Nets got it because I love this trade for the Nets. And the reason,
so do I. OD.
Reason why I do is I felt like they probably could have made it work with Katie and the team that they had.
Or they probably could have found something better, honestly. But
I don't know, man, because Phoenix is a team where they're gonna be championship or bust. So that 2025, 2027,
no, that 2027 and 2029, 27 and 29. Just like the LA picks, everyone was like, don't trade him, don't trade him.
KD's still going to be there.
Bro, Chris Paul's going to be retired by
Chris
then.
Paul's going to be gone.
Chris Paul's going to be retired by then.
DeAndre Ayton might be gone.
Honestly, 2027, 2029.
He's out of there the first chance he gets.
KD might be retired by 2027, 2029. Well, he definitely will be by 2029. But by 2027, he might be retired.
And the pick swap?
And then the pick swap. And then
the pick swap is crazy.
Yeah. Ayton's going to be gone by 2025, probably.
Yeah. And Mikal Bridges, he took all this with great, like, he was great about everything.
You saw him on Twitter? He just goes,
oh my God. He was like, oh my God.
Nah, Mikal, he's a funny dude.
He's probably glad to be out of Phoenix.
I feel like Mikal Bridges, he's just that type of guy. He just makes the best out of everything. So he's just going to make the best out of the situation. Probably go off, get a bag, go wherever he wants. That's really it.
This probably makes him the first scoring option.
He has to be. No, it's either him or Dinwiddie.
Yeah.
Unless you just think Cam Thomas is going
got the ball.
Yeah. To me, because I would say
it's a fun offense.
Offensively, I would say Spencer Dinwiddie and Mikal Bridges are probably around the same tier offensively.
And I'm just saying, if Ben Simmons does happen to just work out, that is a great team.
I'm just so over Ben Simmons, bro. Because
there
was that one point in the beginning of this year where after he was on that big slump, and then all of a sudden he had like 4 or 5 games that he was just like going off, and me and you were like, "Oh, Ben Simmons is back." He didn't believe in shit. We're like, Ben Simmons is back, bro. Since then he hasn't done shit. Since then he has shit the bed continuously.
I told you he would.
So I am just very over him. I'm very over him.
But overall, I mean, Kevin Durant going to the Suns, that makes like that offense is going to be wicked. You got Chris Paul passing to Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. I personally, we'll talk about it. I still don't see the Suns winning.
I just don't see the Suns being healthy by that defense.
Even if they're healthy.
I can't see the Suns playing defense. So we're all looking at it from different perspectives. And it's still adding up to a Suns loss.
Because it's like, for me, it's the Phoenix Suns. They're toxic.
Oh, and also he didn't add as well. They did receive Jay Crowder in that deal, but immediately flipped him to the Bucks for...
Imagine if Jay Crowder stayed on the
Nets. Yeah, they flipped him to the Bucks for those seconds. Right there. Boom, boom. Those are from there.
Crowder just seen Kevin Durant come in and was like, wait, hold on. Maybe I don't want to go no more.
Right.
The Pacers are somehow in this deal.
The reason why I say the Phoenix Suns won't win is because we've seen them have these amazing teams in the past, and they just Phoenix
Suns the fuck out of it.
Yep, they just Phoenix Suns it up, and that's that. They don't care.
Suns will never be the father.
But I like it. I like it for Kevin Durant. I guess, it's a nice.
I'm happy he's just out of Brooklyn.
Yeah,
that's what in that whole trade. That's the only thing that I'm happy for. Is that Kevin Durant is just out of there.
That Brooklyn shit.
Brooklyn toxic.
So real quick, what do you guys have to say? Or not real quick, but what do you guys have to say about the trade?
I'm gonna probably say this for every one.
I just like seeing shit get flipped out. Nets. In a moment. But.
Bro, we're not. That's a shitty segment.
Nah,
bro,
so what
do we think the Nets are actually going to be like
done?
Like after this year,
their championship shot.
I'm talking about. Are they going to be like bottom of the league after this year?
I don't think so. I mean, they're smart. I mean, they were smart enough to.
Are they going to be a Wizards type team? Just constantly not being in that.
I would say
we might make the 18. We might not.
I think they're in the next round.
They don't got a Julius Randle or Jalen Brunson.
No, the Knicks before this.
Oh, okay.
Like, will they make the play-in? Will they make some noise? Will they not? New York.
I'll give them 12 next year.
Okay.
Barring any moves.
Well, the whole league is going to flip upside down again in the offseason, so we don't even...
True.
The Nets could just end up with fucking Donovan Mitchell for some reason, but I don't know.
What the fuck?
The Nets better not end up with Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell needs to stay in Cleveland.
And that's the thing, is like now the Nets have mad pieces to just get a superstar again if they ever are feeling froggy. And hopefully they don't feel froggy and do that bullshit again. But
they will.
How do you feel about the trade?
They're just going to do it all over again.
It's just going to be every few years, the Nets are just going to do the same shit over.
They're going to buy a team, and then...
The Nets are like a blank piece of paper. Like, anybody can do whatever they want to it.
Except for win.
They just rip it out, and there's a next one there for the next person to use. Like, literally.
Oh, they got Cam Johnson, too, from this trade.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Because it's like...
No defense.
Like we brought up earlier, the Celtics just used them for what they wanted for. Boom. Ripped it out. That shit's gone.
The fact that turned
now
into
Katie
Tatum
and Kyrie
Brown
used them for what they wanted it for. Boom.
crazy.
Now we're ripping that page out.
Yeah.
So what's the next page for the Nets? That's really the question.
Victor Wembanyama. No.
Could you imagine?
They just use They just trade everybody for the first overall pick.
Imagine?
I mean, if you're
Honestly?
a team on the other end, would you take that? I would.
No.
You take Mikal Bridges, Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, Ben Simmons, and like 5 firsts.
Bro, what is this trade package?
I would take if I was on the other end.
I'll take Mikal Bridges. I'll take Nick Claxton. I'll take Finney Smith.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, and then a couple of picks.
But I would insert either Cam Thomas or Cam Johnson, one of the two.
No.
Yeah, I'll probably take Cam Thomas.
Bro, if you're that team, like, fuck
it. The upside of Wembanyama, man. The upside.
It's not better than all those players combined.
If you're a shitty player already, fuck them.
That package.
If you need that one guy, that star.
You give that package to let's say the Hornets win the lottery. The Hornets are set after that. You now finally have a team around the mellow ball. Even though he's going to hurt his ankle by doing everything but playing basketball. He's hurt that shit 3 times.
It's a very good team around the mellow ball.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Around a team like
especially
the Hornets, sure.
And they'd still have money. If whatever team decides to take a trade like that, they would have money because they're on
Hornets and Spurs, yes. Any if it's the Pistons, if it's the Rockets? Magic, if it's the Rockets, no.
Why not the Rockets? They got a cool team. They're the worst team in the league, yes, but we know they have pieces.
I don't think they have that one guy that's going to lead.
Jalen Green?
I think he's a number 2.
I don't think the Spurs would do it.
Huh?
I don't think the Spurs would
do it. Yeah, I don't think the Spurs.
Because they don't have that guy already.
Yeah.
True. But they just they don't have any guy
right
now though. So getting a bunch of guys like that.
I promise you that a team is going to win the lottery that shouldn't.
All right, I don't want to say they don't got any guy because Kelton Johnson, Devin Vassell, they're cool, but they're both number 3s to me.
I promise you, a team is going to win the lottery that shouldn't. It's going to be like someone.
The Pelicans win.
Yeah, like someone.
No, we're not going to be outside the playoffs though. So.
Someone that's like 9th or 10th.
I mean, we're not going to. Yeah, we're not going to be in the lottery. As long as we make the playoffs. So.
That or the NBA is trying to force Victor to the Rockets, which I wouldn't blame them because Houston's a big market. But, yeah. I mean, real quick, though, a segment.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be.
Where?
Orlando?
Oh, yeah.
That'll be nasty.
And
that'll be
Wagner
disgusting.
and all the other shit that
that'll be disgusting.
They got so much talent, but just so much unfortunate injuries. Yeah. But real quick, I want to do a segment. Whenever a team just decides to rebuild and tear apart their team from where they were to where they're now, I just want to have a pour it out segment. For the Nets, empty bottle. A little bit of wetness. Right there.
Hey yo,
a little bit of wetness.
But that's literally the amount of success that the Nets had with KD and Kyrie.
So yeah, they had Kyrie, KD. I keep trying to mix KD and Kyrie. That's why I keep saying KD.
One series win.
Kyrie, KD, James Harden, and they didn't win a championship.
One series win.
Remember how scared we were when they got James Harden?
Yeah. Sure. I was pissed. As a Lakers fan, I was like, KD's gonna get another one. Fuck.
I didn't think though if you would have asked me what would have been maybe the biggest reason that the Nets wouldn't succeed, I probably wouldn't have picked KD's injuries or Kyrie just not wanting to do what the NBA wanted him to do. That would have been definitely nothing that would have came up. I would have said, James Harden was a bozo and failed in the playoffs.
Yeah, I would have said James Harden choked in the playoffs or KD.
Like even Steve Nash being... I don't know. I said this to someone
There is no choking in the playoffs with that team.
Yeah, because you just need one of y'all to keep going off.
Right. How bad would you have to play to offset how great the other two are?
Yeah, that's true. And then who would have really thought that Steve Nash was going to be like one of the worst NBA coaches ever?
Immediately when the trade happened, I thought it was a bad idea. Immediately when they signed him.
Well, I mean, bad idea because he's a rookie coach, and I would have probably put someone experienced
The
in there.
only reason why I thought it was a bad idea at that time was because literally Kyrie made it a bad idea by saying we didn't need a coach.
Yeah.
Immediately.
So to me, he didn't even really have a fair chance.
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
dudes just didn't respect him from the jump. So it was like, how much of an impact did you expect?
Imagine just now respecting one of the best pure point guards of all time.
Right.
Like, did Steve Nash just walk in and, like, upset Kyrie the moment he walked
Immediately.
in? Like,
who's this Canadian kid? That's what Kyrie immediately thought.
I mean, technically you.
Huh?
I said technically you.
Kyrie?
No, you.
Me?
Kyrie.
Kyrie's Australian.
Oh, yeah, right.
I was about to say, wait, is he Canadian?
No, I always forget that.
Yeah,
I just
That's
go-
mad weird.
I just go with the shit you guys say sometimes. It's,
That's why I was like, what are you talking about? Me?
that's the Canadian. But yeah, I mean, that's all she wrote for that. I'm honestly glad it's over because that was real stressful to watch. Not even being a Nets fan, that shit's just stressful as fuck to watch. Especially when they got it together this year. Like, they won 12, 13 in a row. It's like, okay, here comes Kyrie.
My logic
KD,
for the
but-
Nets. My logic for the Nets is your logic for the Suns.
Yeah.
And it's not even
That's
because
fair.
they're the Nets. They're just the New York team. Like, it's
Nah.
New York. Nothing
Knicks
good
are
is
gonna turn
ever
this
coming
around.
here, bro. Like, it's never just going to happen.
The
for
Knicks
us.
are going to turn
We
this
love it
around.
here.
Don't you worry. The
Like-
Knicks are going to turn this around. Don't you
Alright,
worry.
so
I swear to God, if the Knicks bring us a chance, or if the Knicks bring New York, I'll cry.
I'll
actually cry.
I'll be big tears. I'll be
Like,
sick.
I'm not gonna lie to
Like,
you. I don't even love.
I cried when the Washington Nationals won the World Series.
I
I will ugly cry if the Knicks win.
I have nothing to do with the New York Knicks at all. But as a New
pure-blooded
Yorker,
New Yorker.
you have no choice but to
just-
feel something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I've
Nah,
never
'cause
liked the Knicks, but
Because I never, and I understand you guys are Patriots fans, but like I never liked the Giants, but I kind of felt a little bit like that when the Giants won too. Like, okay, New York, that's what's up, whatever. But I'll never feel that way about the Jets, so no, never mind.
fuck the Jets.
JETS, woo!
the fact that they have a Super Bowl is crazy.
Which is nuts. Back when, like, I don't know, my dad was a youngin', I think, but the Lakers. The Lakers just randomly
They pulled a fucking miracle, baby.
We were all year, all off season, all last year. Everybody and their mom was saying, "What the fuck are the Lakers doing? Why is this the team that they have?" Even me, I was like, "How do the Lakers turn this around?" I didn't think it, and here we are, trade deadline, and something magical just falls on their laps. I don't know how they pulled it off, but in one trade, they get D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt.
Literally everything we do.
For Russell Westbrook, Juan Toscano Anderson, Damian Jones, and only one
pick?
first.
Yeah.
How?
Only one
Take all
first.
that. Take all that, please. Take it.
We didn't
'Cause-
play Damian Jones. We barely played Juan Toscano, and only one first. One first.
So I don't.
Oh, Rob Pelinka, we're giving you your juice back.
Right, and that's what I mean. So
You did a great job.
I can
and that's
see-
not the last trade either for the Lakers.
I can see why it happened because D'Angelo Russell, funny story that he was bullying Rudy Gobert. I guess he was like after
Mind
every.
you, Rudy Gobert is what, 7'1"?
7-1
like,
since
D'Angelo
2015,
Russell,
bro.
I guess he wasn't just sneakily saying we should trade or why did we get Rudy Gobert, but it was just loud
Blatant.
after every loss, like before every game, he was just, why do I have to play
honestly,
with Rudy Gobert?
That was honestly a fair question that nobody asked when that trade happened. Like, how did the players feel about that?
Right. Because
Like, I'm pretty sure they was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
because
why would we do
to
that?
be honest, the T-Wolves, they had a decent little
We
team
just
last
made
year.
the playoffs.
They had a
No,
deep
yeah.
team,
They
bro.
won the play-ins. They gave the Suns, or was it the Grizzlies? It was the Grizzlies. Yeah, they gave the Grizzlies one hell of a punch. Honestly, we were sitting here I was sitting
We
here
were
thinking-
debating.
I was like,
Like-
I think the T-Wolves can get it done. I thought the T-Wolves
Well,
could
because
have
they were up 20 in most of those losses,
Yeah.
and then he just kept
And then
falling.
all of a sudden, you trade for Rudy Gobert, and I could see why D'Angelo Russell was pissed because
and
it's like,
D'Lo.
D'Lo's getting blamed for everything that the T-Wolves are doing wrong. Like, everyone, is just pointing at him like he's the odd man out. He's got to go. He's the reason. But it's Rudy Gobert.
But no
man.
one's talking about that. It's Rudy Yes, it's Rudy Gobert, but it's also the fact that you traded 5 fucking good players for him too,
Yeah.
serviceable rotational
Historically,
players.
teams don't play well after they make a deal with Danny Ainge.
is a motherfucker.
What did you expect?
Damn, we just made a deal with Danny Ainge technically too.
We're not playing well, so it's like
yeah, reverse psychology there. But I can see why it happened because the Timberwolves needed to get rid of the disgruntled Russell, so I guess Mike Conley was just someone that Rudy Gobert really want. Bro, and that's what they said. They said after the trade, Gobert felt relieved. Bro, they said that the Gobert felt relieved because he now has someone that he can trust. But why Rudy Gobert? Why do you want Mike Conley as your fucking point guard?
If I'm Anthony Edwards, I'm looking at that guy like, what?
Bro, if
what you mean by that?
Like, you guys just got a generational talent in Anthony Edwards, and he's going to be out of the door as fast as you thought you were going to win a championship with him.
That's a fact.
Which is crazy. And then Beasley and Vanderbilt, I see why the Jazz did it, because I do think one of those Lakers first is equal to those two, and you got Westbrook, which you can
Yeah, I think the Jazz they wanted to start tanking at some point.
Yeah.
And they knew, all right, let's get some of these guys that probably won't come back next year.
You guys got the hardest worker in the league.
And now we have the hardest fucking worker in the league in Jared Vanderbilt. I loved his open interview or his press conference.
Him and AD is going to be crazy.
And, I loved the additions Laker did.
And Mo Bamba.
And so there's another trade. So there was a 4-team trade. It had the Nuggets receiving Thomas Bryant, the Lakers receiving Mo Bamba, Devon Reed, and a second. Clippers receiving Bones Highland, and Magic receiving Pat Bev, a second, in cash.
So basically, the Magic got nothing.
Yeah, Magic didn't get shit. They got a second. That's it. Because they said they're buying out Pat Bev.
Pat Bev.
But
just comes back.
Lakers got. Bro, you know that song's gonna get played at every game.
No, that's
Mo Bamba. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And the Lakers are actually going to play him because they need to. They're gonna need a backup big behind.
Oh my god! Could you imagine if they were playing small and they had or not small? If they were playing big and they had LeBron playing the 1-for-1 for possession. They had Vanderbilt at the 3.
Bro, and Beasley is
and then Mo Bamba and AD in the front court. Oh my god!
And you know what's crazy? I said it. I think the Lakers watch this podcast because I said it. The Lakers need some kind of shooter and some kind of big man. There you go. And when they got rid of Thomas
Those are the
Bryant,
two most obvious things that the Lakers needed, though.
The Lakers could have watched any show and got that.
I'm a genius. No. But because I thought it was weird that they traded Thomas Bryant. I didn't know that he requested for a trade.
Bro, you know what's weird to me about that?
That shit was retarded.
Bro,
AD comes back. To be a part of this.
You request a trade because you're getting you're
getting less time.
And you're going to go play behind Jokic.
But you're going to play behind the guy that's about to win his third.
Behind Jokic and
how much time do you really think
Aaron Gordon?
Love it for the Nuggets, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's definitely good.
He's a great backup center for them. But if you were already disgruntled... If you were already disgruntled behind an injury-prone AD to where you were bugging and then you were...
Let AD get hurt every now and then. You're going to get your playing time.
Yeah, now you're never going to get playing time.
AD's going to have a sore back here and there. You will get your playing time. Right. And I was wondering why the Lakers even did that, and then they get Mo Bamba, which is solid. Because Mo Bamba just needed to get the hell out of Orlando. Yeah. Because there's a reason that guy has a song made after him. He's a talented
he had a song made after him before he was even drafted.
The only way that I gravitated towards Mo Bamba in the first place was because for some reason, every time he plays Joel Embiid, he just goes berserk, bro. Yeah. I don't know what it is. Them two just had the Battle of the Congo or some shit. Bro, they just go nuts. Bro,
what the fuck?
Bro, do you remember that game that they played last year?
Yo, the Battle of the Congo is crazy.
Embiid had 50, but Mo Bamba had 30.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
But yeah, I love that. So you guys get, your backup big to back up Jared Vanderbilt and Anthony Davis, which is crazy.
We can actually play LeBron at his natural 3 position. We now have brought in shooters in D'Lo and Beasley.
All we gotta do is get it done. That's the problem.
And we still got Hachimura from 2 weeks before.
This is what it also provides the Lakers is that every time you guys benched LeBron, gave him rest, is that you guys had almost no shot of winning that game. I know you guys still ended up winning a couple, But when you give LeBron, like now you guys actually have the ability to rest LeBron and AD and still have the potential to win those games that you rest one or the other.
One thing about that, though, is with LeBron-led teams, the offense is circulated around Bron. So when Bron gets taken out of the game, the offense is now has to circulate around somebody because they don't have a game plan for anything else.
If they don't put this offense around Anthony Davis, I don't know.
I think it just needs to be a flat surfaced offense.
It just needs to flow. It just needs to be a good coach team.
It just needs to be a good coach team and a flowing offense. And when LeBron comes off the floor, it shouldn't really have a hitch.
And that's what I'm saying. This feels like a team again.
This team just needs to be aggressive. That's it.
It's like how I felt before. Like, you know how LeBron had those teams with the Cavs where it's just like, it's LeBron though. So like that's how I feel again with the Lakers. Like if you run into the Lakers, that's gonna be like horrible for you until they run into an impossible team, I think. And then I don't even know if there's really any truly impossible. The only impossible team I see right now in the West, and we'll eventually talk about it, I think is the Clippers. I think they had the perfect trade deadline.
Yeah, they just still got to stay healthy.
They're just too big.
Yeah, if they stay healthy, they got Kawhi, Paul George. We'll dig into that actually right now. So the Clippers make some trades. They get.
This is not the.
Bro,
you set me up. I was not ready for that.
They really sent 4 firsts for fucking Josh Richardson. Not the Clippers, but yeah. So the Clippers. The seconds were flying around like nothing. The second round pick became coveted out of nowhere. But yeah, so Mason Plumlee, he gets sent to the Hornets for Reggie Jackson, and then they waive Reggie Jackson. So realistically, they get a second round pick for a guy that was actually giving them buckets.
You waive Reggie Jackson?
Huh?
Yeah.
What the fuck? So who's getting Reggie Jackson?
He's most likely.
He's.
I don't know.
It's whoever picks him the fuck up at the buyouts. Bro, Will Barton's getting waived. Russ getting waived. John Wall's getting bought out or waived. Bro, so many people are on the buyout market right now and on the waivers.
Know he got bought or he got waived.
John Wall's getting waived. Russ is getting waived.
I guess Denver and Phoenix is the 2 top.
Don't piss me off, bro. Phoenix doesn't need.
They already got campaign. They don't need fucking Reggie.
Fuck out of here.
But yeah, so
Denver, go ahead.
Then they the Clippers. They're funny as fuck. They're just a funny franchise. So they get Eric Gordon and 3 future second round picks, but they send John Wall to the Rockets, and Luke Kennard to the Grizzlies, and then Danny Green also ends up going to the Rockets, and then they get a protected pick swap. So they get Eric Gordon, and they get Miles Plumlee so far. Mason Plumlee, and that's insane.
And they also in the one of the previous trades we were talking about, they got Bones Highland from the Nuggets in that 4-team Lakers trade. So they got Eric Gordon, Bones Highland, Mason Plumlee. They just got a really good amount of backups.
So now it's looking like that their lineup would be Terrence Mann, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Morris, and Zubac, with a bench of Bones Highland, Eric Gordon, Norman Powell, Mason Plumlee. Like you could just keep Nicholas Batum, Robert Covington.
Yeah, they're insane.
And if they ever need it, they got Amir Coffey, Moses Brown, Brandon Boston Jr.
I'm so upset that Moses Brown never has become.
No one gave him a chance.
I know. After he was on the Thunder and he had like 20 games. He was having 20 games.
But he's done that on every. He's
and
had
then
a
they just keep benching
games
him
for the Clippers this year
bro,
too.
It's killing me, man.
But yeah, so the Clippers, they just become a goddamn tank out of nowhere.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. And if they can just keep Kawhi and and they're the favorites to get Russell Westbrook.
Oh yeah. They are the favorites,
which I like because him and Paul George have an insane amount of chemistry.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Right. Hey, Kawhi could just be out there with fucking whoever.
Yeah, Kawhi just makes it happen with whoever
just
the fuck
emotionless and
personality-less. So the Clippers, but the beautiful thing about this time with the Clippers is that no one is expecting them to win. Like, everyone's eyes are trained elsewhere in the league. This time, and why I think they choked last time, especially in the bubble, is because everyone was just Clippers. Like, the Clippers are the favorite. The Clippers gotta win. They got Kawhi.
They wanted to see the Clippers and the Lakers in the conference finals. Then everyone was fiending.
Yeah, so we got That was it for them, right? That's all the trade.
That's everything for the Clippers. That's everything for
they were just sniping and sniping and sniping.
They were just getting random small things that like nobody saw coming.
Bones Highland is just a crazy addition.
For 2 seconds, they got Bones Highland, a second-year player that's averaging 12
Reggie
off
Jackson
the bench.
in a second for Plumlee, who was wilding in Charlotte.
I mean, no one or everyone needs to be wilding in Charlotte because no one is wilding in Charlotte.
At the same time, he's a center. He's a center that's wilding.
You have him behind Zubats. That's tough. That's tough.
And Zubac he's struggling like mightily. So if
he'll have like a 30-20 game and then have like a 5-5 game
and just get bullied. But final thoughts on the Clippers? Because wow,
to me, it just depends on health for them. It's the same thing every year. I feel like they do this at the trade deadline every year, but then they just keep getting injured. So
they should just not play Kawhi for the rest of the year.
Oh my god,
Jesus Christ!
Could you imagine?
Because it don't even matter if they're in the play-in. They're gonna watch. Well, okay,
Stop
never
playing
mind.
your best player.
So,
I was gonna say last year they kind of failed in the play-in, but all right. So the New York Knicks.
That was without Kawhi.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The New York Knicks.
They really thought Kawhi was going to come back for a play-in tournament.
Oh, no. Hell no.
Nah, I said if they got to the second round, he would have came back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. First round even I could see because he was cleared. It's just,
who was they going to play?
The Clippers played...
Because they were coming in fighting for the 7th
Well, it
seed
depends.
first.
Like, it would have been the 7th or 8th seed, and I think that would have been the...
They either would have faced the Suns
or the
Grizzlies, yeah.
And that's a winnable series.
Yeah. Especially if they got the Suns. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kawhi plays, they probably beat the Suns. Yeah. Oh, and the Grizzlies. They destroy the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because, bro, the Pelicans without Zion gave the Suns a fucking run for their money.
The Grizzlies was a little more iffy to me, but definitely the Suns last year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they had Jose Alvarado fucking raising hell.
Like he got a nickname off of it.
Well, what is your guys' favorite other trade? I'm gonna start with the Knicks, I guess.
They're making Jalen Brunson happy with this one.
Yeah, so they traded. We got rid of Cam Reddish. Whatever.
Ryan Archie.
Cam Reddish. I'm sorry if you watch this podcast. I'm really sorry.
We've been on your side all fucking year, man.
Like that's sad. I'm glad you're in Portland though. That's a real cool place.
You and Shaden Sharp better turn the fuck up in Portland.
Yeah, so the Hornets received Svi
Makayuk.
I'm glad you know how to pronounce that, Matt. Wait, there's more to that trade?
Oh yeah, the 76ers.
Okay. So
there's always more to a trade.
Yeah, this is a 14. This is a 14 trade between the Sixers, the Hornets, the Blazers, and
that's what I mean by the East. The
low-key,
East made a bunch of little moves because Jalen McDaniels is a huge get for the 76ers.
Low key, back in the day, they was like trading like thirds and shit, and not like telling you such and such we get traded for this. Yeah. And then you would go look at the trade and they got their 3rd round pick, and you're like, whoa, damn.
How many rounds were there?
There was like 6.
There was like 6, right? Yeah.
Fuck. But yeah, so the Hornets get that guy and some seconds. The Trailblazers get Cam Reddish, Divaly.
My man is the worst with names.
That was a bad trade for the Sixers.
It was a good trade for the Trailblazers, though. I don't like that, but he was not as good as everyone was making him out to be this year. Like in the past,
he
was
still is an all-defensive team
but
player.
He wasn't playing good defense either. Like,
he was still playing good defense. He wasn't playing good defense.
He's
He was
still
playing
one of the
last
best
year.
defenders that you got, though.
Yeah,
you didn't even.
You replace him. Yeah, Jalen McDaniels, he's a decent defender.
Not bad.
That's all he knows how. But that's all he really knows how to do, I guess. But
he's bigger. I'll give him that. He's tall as well.
Ryan
Arcidiacono.
I don't even care about that guy. And then a first from New York. So Trailblazers, they really benefit from this. Because what were they really going to do? Win the championship with Josh Hart?
Knicks really benefit from this.
Well, but like the Blazers, were they really going to win a championship with Josh Hart? They end up getting Cam Reddish.
Low-key, the Knicks is building something.
Yeah,
I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I just don't know what it is. What they're building.
You want to know what it is? RJ Barrett leaving for Donovan Mitchell.
So that's not going to happen. But I like the Trailblazers because low-key, they're just building a little bit more of their young core. They got Simons.
Yeah.
They got Shaden Sharp. Now they got Cam Reddish, Matisse Thybulle. Low-key, I think they're kind of getting ready for Dame to eventually head the fuck out of town whenever the fuck that
he's
actually is.
He's going to do it one day. Probably when he's like 37
his
and it's straight. No, he signed an extension for $60 million per year.
Yeah, I know.
There's
At the end of his contract, like I said, I said this to everybody when he first signed the contract, and everybody is. I said this to everybody when he had first extended, and everybody was saying, "Oh, that was dumb. You'll never win a championship." But I'm like, my theory is, it's like, at the end of his contract, he's going to be 34 or 35.
Yeah.
Steph just won a championship and Finals MVP at 34. So it's now I'm not saying he's Steph Curry, but he's more than suitable to help an already built team to win a championship.
If he had better teams around him, he would at least have a chip or two. That's all. That's
sure.
Yeah. But
the best player they could ever get around him
the Knicks
was McCollum.
The Knicks get Josh Hart, and I love it because he fits in a Thibs system so perfectly. Like, it relieves a little bit of stress off of Randall with rebounding. You know, he can score. He can play a whole lot of minutes. I like it. That's my favorite other trade. That was some good shit by the Knicks. Hats off. I'll finally tip my hat to the New York Knicks front office. They did their thing with that trade. Would I have liked to get Zach LaVine? Yes. I love that little rumor that was there. But
I was waiting for that.
I knew it wasn't going to happen.
I think it was a smokescreen by Chicago to get some Zach LaVine movement going, but I don't think anyone really wanted him because of his contract. So
the only other trade I even want to talk about is the one that might not even fucking happen.
I was just about to say that would have been my other favorite trade.
Jay Crowder trade?
No,
Zach LaVine.
Oh yeah.
No.
The Pistons, Warriors, Hawks, and
Gary Payton going.
Yeah, so on one end, we're gonna clap for the Blazers on one end. On this end, wow,
the Blazers are some fuck boys right now. So the
Blazers is a piece of shit. Like,
the Blazers are some dickheads. So
they were
Blazers,
really holding a gun to this dude. You better be fucking playing.
There's a 4-team trade between the Pistons, the Warriors,
and then try to trade him. Like, it wouldn't pop in the physical. Like, y'all knew he was playing hurt, and y'all thought the Warriors were just gonna, we'll take this hurt guy.
So in this 4-team trade, the Warriors traded James Wiseman to the Pistons. They received back. Cool. Yeah.
Imagine James Wiseman.
They were planning to fucking start him.
It would be James Wiseman, Durant, and Marvin Bagley next year as their big men. That's crazy. Yeah. Oh, and him. Yeah. That's nuts.
Just a bunch of guys.
That's crazy.
That shit's loud as fuck.
That is what it is.
Right.
My girl's playing Harry Potter.
So
buy that shit.
Yeah, I just bought it for her.
So then the Pistons throw in Sadiq Bey. The Warriors flip him to the Hawks for a bunch of picks, and then they use some of those picks and send him to the Blazers for Gary Payton. Gary Payton II is injured and didn't pass his physical, and now all this can go awry because, the Trailblazers are forcing him to play through an injury.
The Blazers aren't going to get those 5 second-round picks that they
Kevin
wanted. They did all this madness for Kevin Knox in 5 seconds, bro. Like, what are they doing? My thing is what could be scary potentially is that they're going to be allowed to reconstruct this trade if they want to. The Warriors could fuck around and they could cut out the Trailblazers and get Sadiq Bey. Figure that out.
No, because now that would be technically a new trade. So
no, they don't. It would be a reconstructed trade.
No, they said it's either if the Warriors don't accept this trade, it's the whole thing's rescinded.
Yo, Blazers
because it's past a trade deadline, so you can't reconstruct.
Yo, and it's crazy because the Hawks were probably like, "This is our one move. We're gonna get Sadiq Bey."
Nah, Sadiq Bey on that team would be fucking savage.
And that's what I'm saying. Like they're probably like, "This is our one move." And what sucks for the Pistons is that Sadiq Bey is gonna.
That would have been nice for them.
Yeah, he's gonna leave in free agency.
Because they got rid of a bunch of their 3-point shooters over the summer. They got rid of Herter and shit. They traded or they let go of a few of their little pieces. So Sadiq Bey would have been great for them.
Oh yeah, but leave it to the Trailblazers. I don't know what they were thinking. Like they really thought they were gonna get away with that.
Everything else.
But you don't like that Bruno Fernando trade?
No, everything else is pretty much just like Muscala for. There's a lot of small trades that.
The only other trade worth talking about is Jay Crowder. I mean, that was
part of the original one that I already said.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, that's about the trade deadline. I love the league getting flipped upside down. It adds more intrigue to the team. It adds more randomness, and it switches everybody's thoughts up from what they had a week ago. Like, a week and a half ago, there was no words that Kyrie wanted out, and that KD was leaving too.
Like
a week and a half ago, we thought the Nets were low-key chilling.
Kyrie just woke up one day and said, "I want to be traded," and the whole league just
no, the fuck he didn't
down.
Just wake up one day,
bro. He was fine, like not fine, but like he was like
he just hasn't said nothing.
Yeah, he just
but it was that
nowhere.
contract. It wasn't out of nowhere. He got a contract extension that day. He read it, and they were fucking him over the contract.
So still, like, out of nowhere, Kyrie wanted
but it wasn't like for nothing, though. It wasn't like he just decided he wants out.
But yeah, no, I agreed with you guys when you guys were talking about it last week. Like, why would you put that in the contract? You have to win
some dumb shit.
You got to win a championship to get paid, motherfucker. You know how much goes into winning a fucking championship?
How hard that shit is, bro?
Like, my one championship, I had to have Draymond Green get suspended, LeBron be absolutely leading everything in every category. Like,
and I had to
hit a shot over Steph.
Arguably the biggest shot in playoff history.
We had to beat the Warriors, who just broke the single season record.
They didn't even have Kevin Durant yet.
Right.
Like, dude.
And you're telling me I gotta win a championship to get paid the rest of my contract? Yeah. Goodbye.
Fuck that.
Yeah. But
Send me LeBron.
The things that I found most interesting, besides the crazy ass trades, was the things that some teams didn't do. So the Heat, we're gonna talk about the Heat in just one second.
Can I cut you off real quick? Just because we were just talking about the Kyrie thing. All right, so you got our episode after the Kyrie trade had happened. We recorded that the night before he got fucking traded to the Mavs, and we were talking all that shit about him going to the Lakers. So we were tight immediately.
So
I'm glad you brought that up, because that brings up a point, though. I'm glad he didn't go to the Lakers. And the reason why I'm glad is because I think you guys benefit more from the trade you got.
Right now, I think we do.
But two, if you guys get Kyrie, he's still in the media. He's still in that media. Like, he's still, like, I could see some shit going wrong with that.
I think right now we are better with what we got. But also, I think we'll be better with what we got right now than in the offseason. You sign and trade D'Lo for Kyrie.
And if you guys would have given up whatever, the Westbrook and the 2 picks for Kyrie, and let's say, AD gets hurt again. Mm-hmm. You're immediately like flat. Immediately, like you're
I think what we did is the right thing we had to do, but we had no shot in the Kyrie trade because the owners, Dan Titus or whatever the fuck his name is, he straight up said Joe Tsai. Yeah. I was like, Dan Titus I think is a fucking NBA reporter, but he was the one reporting a bunch of shit too.
He just gets promoted. To owner.
But yeah, Joe Tsai, he straight up said he's not sending him to the Lakers.
So many stories bought a team.
Like I said, I'm glad because Kyrie, he just needs to get out the media, and Dallas is just perfect. Just go ball. Like, just go ball with Luka.
Go bald.
Yeah. But the Bulls and Raptors, they didn't do anything. And
the Raptors got Jakob Poeltl back.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they
Bulls
did the wrong thing in my opinion. I thought these two teams should have traded. Like, the Bulls should have gotten rid of DeMar and Zach LaVine, or even the other pieces that are there that they could have, like Vucevic. I mean, Vucevic out of nowhere wants to get extended in Chicago. But, and then Toronto could have sat here and had the best future projected team if they would have traded Van Vliet, Siakam, Gary Trent. Like, they would have been stacked after that. You're telling me teams would have simped over these? Like, the Clippers were ready to give up everything else for Van Vliet.
That's a fact. Yeah, I'm shocked they decided to buy in rather than sell what they had.
What are they about to accomplish?
Yeah, I don't think this team, unless Scotty Barnes makes
unless
a crazy
Scotty
jump
Barnes
next
just
year.
I'm saying, like, what are they doing this year?
Well, no, the rest of this year they're already done anyway. But I think that move is for next year for them. Unless, like, all their players make a huge jump. Fred VanVleet probably won't even be back because they offered him an extension. He said no, he wants more. So I don't see this team doing much. I think they should have sold what they had. The Bulls didn't even fucking answer a phone. Or the Heat. They were sleeping through
Pat
the whole
Riley
deadline.
Asleep.
They're sleeping through the whole deadline.
Like, at the end of the day, you're the Heat. Like, you got Eric Spoelstra, you got Jimmy Butler. You just make a trade, and maybe that revitalizes the whole Miami Heat system, and now they're a threat again. But motherfucker fell asleep. That should probably tell you everything. Like, if I'm the GM, I'm doing trades without his approval, and I'm just tearing down the whole team.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
You gonna fall asleep? Damn, what do you want me to do? We're just gonna be mediocre for the rest of the year? Like, we should have either been trading Jimmy Butler or trying to get some shit around them. Yeah. I don't really get it. But you guys got any final thoughts on the trade deadline?
No. I mean...
No.
I said all I really exciting. It was exciting.
It was definitely exciting.
That was crazy,
bro.
Because me and Matt was up wilding when Kevin Durant got
bro.
traded.
We were texting.
I was like, "Yo, Tom's gonna wake up and he's gonna go insane."
I know the one thing I said. I was like, Tom's gonna wake up and realize he has to go buy a fucking Suns jersey.
Nah, because I said that to myself. Like, I gotta get a Suns jersey now, but that's fine because that means I don't gotta get any of their other fuck ass players. But, yeah.
And then in 2 years he's going to be on a different team.
Cool. I ain't gonna lie.
Imagine you're like Kevin Durant though at like 1 a.m. You're just like, yeah, man, you're going to Phoenix and you just get what you want, but at 1 a.m. That's good. I wonder what he did. I wonder if he like smoked a blunt or like.
Bro, me and him were wilding, bro.
What the fuck?
Because me and him, we were gassed about the whole Laker trade and everything, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'm just doing whatever the fuck I was doing. And I just see on my phone, I'm like, there's no shot. So I immediately send it to the chat. And he's just like, yo, what the fuck?
Bro, at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. I was like, oh, hell no.
Like, Michael Bridges found out from his friend who FaceTimed him, like, yo, bro.
If I would have woke up to that, bro, I'd have been pissed.
Bro, at 1
I'd have been pissed.
Bro, at 1 a.m., like, if you're a Suns player, like Cam Johnson, at 1 a.m., you just got woken up out of your fucking sleep to let you know that you got traded to a rebuilding team.
Yeah, I was supposed to have practice in 4 hours.
Like, I want to play with KD. What the fuck?
Nah, deadass. I'd have been salty.
Like, if you're Cam Johnson, you're just like, what the fuck?
Like, imagine being a player in like those type of trades, like being traded for a superstar. Like, damn, you ain't even give me the chance.
Bro, like Dinwiddie to the fucking Nets. Like, I know he loves Brooklyn, but damn, you just went from actually being a very solid piece around Luka to just Brooklyn Nets.
Now you're a very solid piece around my cupboards.
Hats off to fucking Brooklyn. But we only have one thing left to do. Besides an irrelevant draft fact of the day. Hold on. We got an irrelevant draft fact of the day. We're going to bring that back. So, gotta find it. It's not Stephanie Bull. It's not Dave Bautista. Yeah, our chat is wild.
I'm crying.
But, so, a part of that New York Knicks to the Trailblazers trade that no one wants to talk about is that some dude named Tomic, I don't even know his first name anymore, I don't want to look it up. Well, he was drafted by the Jazz in 2008. The rights to his draft pick was traded in 2005. But in 2008, he was drafted to the Jazz. And on November 18th, 2020, he was traded to the Knicks. A whole 12 years later, yes. Huh? So, yeah, this dude. Look at his transactions. Look at the transactions. So he was traded in some irrelevant trade. I don't even know what possesses the Knicks to be like, yeah, we'll take that guy who hasn't played in the NBA in 12 years. But yeah, so this guy...
No, he hasn't played at all.
Ever.
His career length still says rookie.
But he's big overseas in Croatia, but...
So he keeps getting these NBA contracts and then just keeps going back overseas.
So he was he was drafted in 2008 and then just randomly in 2020 was just traded. And then now in 2023 he was traded as part of that Josh Hart trade.
Is that even legal?
I don't think it should be.
Like, how are you somewhere else if you're...
He's a whole 35-year-old man now.
The NBA's been paying this guy?
I don't know.
They can't be.
No, they traded his draft rights. He was drafted in 2008, and they keep trading his draft rights.
Yeah.
So he's not here.
Yeah, because it says on November 18th, 2020, his
so what the hell do you even want for?
12 years later, they traded his draft rights.
So with players like that, there's been players all throughout history, like even Leandro Balmaro, they have contracts overseas and everything, but they declared for the NBA. You can sign them, but then you have to wait for them to finish their contracts overseas before you bring them over. Bro. He just keeps re-signing their contracts overseas.
This dude has like a 15-year contract overseas.
So they drafted him, and then he just keeps re-signing overseas, and so he technically has never come to the NBA yet. They are.
His agents probably tell him
he's probably nice over there.
He's on a 2008 rookie contract. Second round pick.
Yeah, whenever he decides to come to the league, he'll just get that rookie deal.
That's insane. Getting a 2008 rookie deal is insane.
Second round, 14th pick in the second round, 44th overall.
That's like $67,000.
Bro, you're making like $15 an hour.
I made more than him last year at Spectrum.
Yes, bro.
That's crazy. But we have one thing left to do, and we're gonna be out of here because Matt has to go on a date. Congrats, by the way, Matt.
I don't have a date. What are you talking about?
I thought Matt had a date. No, I'm kidding. But we're going to give our quick power rankings now. We're not going to go in depth and go crazy, but if anyone wants to argue, we'll argue real quick. Matt, why don't you lead us off? Top 10, though. We don't care about that.
So we're just going all power ranking. I thought you said East and West.
Oh, B2. I thought you meant top 10 in each conference. That's why.
That's not a power ranking.
Oh,
power
then
ranking
okay.
is the top 10
that's
teams
what I
in
meant anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like,
whoa. I was like, whoa, this is completely
now I have to think. Alright, so this is pretty much where we see the teams right now, who's the best and everything in each conference. I'm going to start off with the East. I still got the Celtics at number 1. Still got the Bucks at number 2. Still got the Sixers and Cavs at 3 and 4. I got the Knicks at 5, and I got the Heat at 6, because the Heat ain't do shit. Then I got the Hawks. I still got the Nets being in there. I think they're at 8 because they still have that cushion enough to where at the end of the year they're probably still going to be a top 8 team. And I got the Wizards and Pacers.
All right. In the East, I got... 1 second. All right, so in the East, I got the Bucks number 1, just because they're one game behind the Celtics.
Taste the fucking Celtics.
Bro, they're one game behind the Celtics, and they've won 10 in a row, bro. Healthy, the Bucks are on ass.
Hates the Celtics.
Going with the Bucks number 1. Got the Celtics number 2. I think these two teams are above.
They're the pinnacle right now, yeah. They're above every other
team. The 76ers, they're there at number 3 for me, but it's just like, it's hard for me to envision a scenario where they beat the Bucks or the Celtics unless someone gets hurt.
I wouldn't be shocked if they do beat the Bucks or Celtics in a 7-game series, but I'm not voting that they do.
Yeah. I got the Cavs at number 4. I got the Knicks at number 5. I'm high on the Knicks now, especially now that the Nets are going to drop.
You're high?
I got the Hawks at number 6. So yeah, I got the Hawks at number 6. I think they eventually figure this shit out and get to where they need to go. They're only 3 games off of that number 6 spot. But yeah, I got the Heat at 7. I just don't think what they're doing is sustainable, but I also don't think they're gonna just completely fall off the face of the earth. And then the Raptors at number 8. They have a good team, and they're only a game removed, or 2.5 games removed from number 8. And then I got the Nets, and then I got the Wizards. So I like the Wizards. They're a cool little team. But
I don't know. To me, I just like the Pacers over the Raptors. I'm just a Tyrese Halliburton fanboy at this point, I think. So he's coming back. Want to be fake All-Star, but he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back from his injuries and shit.
Suck my dick.
Yo, he's wildin'.
It was a great moment for me.
Wally Serbiak needs to shut up before we fucking end up facing the Pacers somehow in the playoffs, somehow, some way.
Fuck Wally Serbiak. All right, so V-Man, what you got for the East?
Alright, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but the Celtics are still number 1.
Celtics all the way.
Yeah,
right.
To me,
I'm just saying, the Bucks are 1 game behind, and Jaylen Brown just got hurt and is going to miss a week or 2. So
to me, the Celtics are still the best team in the NBA, period. Like,
point blank.
Y'all can believe what you want.
Period.
You just got to wait for the playoffs for this tireless argument.
The Bucks are number 2, obviously. Sixers are 3. Again, like Thomas said, I feel like the Bucks and the Celtics are just a cut above everybody else.
Yeah.
So, the Cavs are 4. I got the Heat at 5.
At least we all the top 4 are the same.
Yeah. I got the Heat at 5 simply because the Heat do this shit every year.
Yeah, they figure it out.
The Heat always, they come out and everybody thinks they're shot. They don't think that they're as good as they normally are. And then towards the end of the year, they pick it up. So until they break that cycle, I'm just going to take the Heat as I know.
That's fair.
Boom. I got the Knicks at 6.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to the playoffs.
Going to the playoffs, baby.
Well, he means without the play-in, though.
I mean, even if you are in the play-in, you're better than the other teams that are going to be in the play-in. So you should still make the playoffs.
Easily. Unless it's the Nets, apparently.
I got the Hawks at 7.
So do I.
Yeah.
Facts.
I mean, I have them all the way at 6, so that's good that we're
all
all
the way
fine.
at 6.
I wanted, like, obviously, if you look at their roster on paper, they should be a playoff team.
Yeah.
But they're a team having one of those dramatic years, so I just
And that's
feel
what I
like,
mean.
Bro, we were
Like,
talking
imagine
about-
the Hawks enter at like 7th seed. They're going to be a terror for a team like the Celtics or the Bucks.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're going to beat them, but they're going to be a.
We were talking.
It'd be
We were
annoying.
comparing them
Yeah.
and the Cavs in the beginning of the year of who has that better team, and it's
Yeah.
just like they just haven't put it all together yet,
Yeah.
man.
So, I got the Bulls at 8.
I was wondering if anyone was going to put the Bulls in.
That's nasty.
Yeah. I got the Bulls at 8. I
I
don't
feel like B-Man's slowly coming around to the Bulls because remember, like our first episode was like, I fuck the Bulls. I don't know why they exist.
I still don't.
Now all of a sudden it's kind of like he's coming around to the Bulls.
Bro, it's the 8th seed. Like,
What do you want from me?
like they're gonna be better than the Wizards.
Will they though?
My
They're
ninth
They're only
seed,
half a game back from
my
them.
9th seed is the Nets.
Same.
My 8th seed is the Nets, so.
I only put the Bulls above them sheerly just off of names. Like, I feel like if I had to bet on a team to go out there and make it happen, it would more than likely be the Bulls just because they got the more reliable players.
That's fair.
And then the Wizards is my number 10.
Yeah, we all got the Wizards at least again. The Wizards are a
Yeah,
scary.
nobody got
Because
love for the
as-
Pacers.
They're a scary.
The
playing team.
Raptors with no moves, I don't feel like can catch them.
The Wizards, they're a threat to make the playoffs, in my opinion. Because if in one-game playoffs, they have the talent to win those one-game playoffs.
To me, that's why the Nets have to come down and the Knicks
Yeah.
have to be in the top 6.
I hope so.
Because I know the Hawks are going to make the playoffs. And that only leaves one other spot.
Yeah,
I believe that
that's-
the Wizards
yeah.
can make the playoffs as well.
Yeah. All right, so the West.
All right, I'm taking it again. All right.
Hey, yo.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Matt's tweaking out here.
Nah, I'm waddling my bad.
Yo,
Remember when I said it, I was like, oh, they about to blow
taking it
this
again.
up. All right, hey, yo, pause. All right, so the West, I got Nuggets still leading the pack. I got the Grizzlies at number 2. I got the Mavs at number 3. I got the Suns at 4. I got the...
Say it with your chest.
You got...
Go somewhere.
Oh, I thought you had the Mavs.
You gotta have-
I was going to say, we all got the same top 3.
I gotta still have to throw some...
Play the Mavs 3.
Word.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
I gotta show respect to the Kings. They're just
y'all
doing
making
it.
me wanna go back.
Dallas, baby!
Alright, so yeah, Nuggets,
Honestly, it's
Grizzlies.
probably more logical.
Nuggets, Grizzlies, Mavs, and Suns. I got Kings. Just gotta throw the respect to them. They're doing what they gotta do this year. Then I got the Warriors at 6. I got the Pelicans at 7. I got Clippers at 8. Lakers at 9. And I got Thunder at 10.
Okay. Thunder, that's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting.
No Blazers for me. No Blazers for
No
me.
Blazers.
Hold on, go through it one more time.
One more
Go
time?
through it One more
Got
time.
Nuggets, Grizzlies,
Uh-huh.
Mavs,
Yeah.
Suns, Kings, Warriors, Pelicans, Clippers, Lakers, Thunder.
That's cool. That's cool. All right, I'm going with the Nuggets first, the Grizzlies second.
Yeah, you know what it is. You know what it is.
Man, wait till the
You know what it
playoffs.
is. You know what it is.
Bro, at the end of the day,
you
these
see,
two-
you see how he tried to like slide by it real quick.
The
I got
Grizzly-
the Nuggets first, the Grizzlies second.
if the Grizzlies fall to like 8th, they're gonna beat the Nuggets in the first round. That's all I got to say.
How the fuck
But-
are they gonna fall?
I think
damn.
our argument's just pointless at this point. But the Mavericks are 3rd. I like the Mavericks. I think Luka and Kyrie, they're gonna win a lot of regular season games if they're playing
Hell
together.
yeah.
Playoffs, it might be a little bit of a different story, but we'll talk about that when we get there. We're focused on this. Number 4 is the Clippers. I honestly, if you were to tell me to pick one team that I thought was just going to come out the West, I think it would be the Clippers, just based on how good of a team they are. Number 5, I have the Suns. The Suns is really hard to judge because Kevin Durant's going to have to come back, or this team's going to be really bad until he does. So they could easily fall in the standings and then rise back up when he comes back, but I just kept them at 5th. The Kings at 6. I expect the Kings to king it up here eventually,
King
but
it up.
I don't think they'll fall completely out because they are a really talented team at the end of the day. It's just they're ran by Mike Brown and they're the Kings. That's why I doubt them.
Respectfully.
The Pelicans 7. I had them a little bit higher, but I just think with the injury to Zion, I think they're going to be careful with that and integrate him back in a little bit slowly. So I don't think they're going to climb back up to the top, but I do think they'll stay, in it obviously. The Warriors number 8, a play-in game. Play-in scenario for the Warriors sounds awful for them, but that's where I think they end up because Steph getting hurt definitely does hurt them. They don't play as well without Steph. Obviously, it's Steph. The Lakers number 9. I really didn't know where to put the Lakers. I love their team now. I think they'll get out of this play-in situation. I mean, if it's the Lakers and if it's the Pelicans and the Warriors, that's spooky. But I think they'll still find a way to get into the playoffs. The NBA will make it happen. And the Blazers, I got the Blazers 10th. I don't know.
I got the Thunder 10th.
I can't put the Blazers above the Thunder, and the reason is because I think the Thunder, they're going to be smart and not want to enter the playoff territory. Or they might want to give these young kids some play-in experience.
No, see what it is? I think they're just going to get them into the play-in, get them that play-in experience just to say fuck you to the Trailblazers for them not getting in. But then they're going to lose just so they still get a lottery pick.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely fair, but I think that they'll realize what is what soon, and I think they'll start just losing games.
What?
And I got the Blazers. I mean, if Dame doesn't make the play-in, like, what are you, dude? Like,
what are you is crazy.
Like, you're just out here scoring, like, 40 points and just... You're like a circus leader. Like, that's the way I see Dame now, and it's sad because I love Dame.
It's Portland. What
Yeah.
do you expect?
But it's like, come on, dude, leave, please.
He used to be your favorite player.
Just leave,
Or
bro.
one of your favorite players was KD.
Come to the Knicks. We'll win. All right, B-Man. Oh, I thought you erased it. I was about to say, all right, pause.
All right, so yeah, Nuggets number 1. Definitely. Still.
Rightfully so.
Whatever.
I'll still give the Grizzlies number 2. I feel like they're a little bit too far ahead now. I don't see
They're only 3 games ahead.
I don't see it, but I'm like.
They're starting to win
Still,
again.
though, I'm about to say they're still a good team.
Yeah.
So there's only what 25, 26 more games. They're only going to drop.
The good thing for them is I think they faced the worst of what they're going to face during the regular season already.
Yeah. So it's like
only thing
they're only going to drop a handful of games left. Yeah. So I don't really think anybody's going to catch up to that. At the number 3 spot, I did have Phoenix there. I did, but I did switch to Dallas.
Wow, we have an agreement. I'm so proud of us.
Simply because of the fact that Dallas is probably going to be healthier for Phoenix the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Like you said, Kevin Durant's still going to need some time to come back.
That Suns team is so bad until Kevin Durant gets there. They got Okogie and
my son Josh Okogie
and Landale and
Torrey Craig.
Yeah.
Torrey Craig's probably going to be their starting power forward, unless they maybe start like Beasley.
But for the Suns, you got to make that trade. So
I honestly, personally, I really love the fit with Kyrie and Dallas. Like, it just looks better to me than it did in Brooklyn. Like,
hell yeah.
And it's like Luka's going to get more
even
pressure
him just
taken off
going back
him.
to the number 2. Like, it just literally is just better to me.
It's crazy. They got to the conference finals last year too. Like, you add Kyrie, like
yeah.
Luka's a motherfucker in the playoffs. We know.
Imagine them 2 meet at the 4 and 5 where they are technically right now.
Yeah.
Does Luka smoke the Suns again?
And then shit. What?
Because they got no one to guard Kyrie and Luka. They're dropping 40 every game.
I said, mind you, they was without Tim Hardaway Jr. last year as well.
Yeah. And you have Wood instead of Kristaps, and you have Kyrie instead of Brunson.
Right. Anyway, but I still have the Suns immediately after them at 4.
Yeah. I feel you wild out with that Clippers.
Because once he does, he didn't.
They're 1 game behind
Trust
4th.
me.
Yeah, I know.
And now if they're gonna rest Kyrie, if they're gonna rest Kawhi and Paul George, they're gonna have the players now to finally actually win those games.
Yeah, but I don't
honestly, that's where my rankings are with this pick. Is that I know that when Kevin Durant does come back, the Suns are going to take off.
Yeah, they're probably not going to lose another regular season game.
So I got the Suns at 4 and I got the Clippers at 5. Simply because of the fact that I know that Kawhi and Paul George are going to load manage. Yeah. Like, I know they had better players now to sustain that. It's just about, all right, you are still a team without your best players on the court. Yeah. You feel me?
Forgot you poured one out.
That's almost dry. That's as quick as...
I got the Pelicans at 6. I think they just make the playoffs outright. Because their problems is literally just health due.
Yeah, they were the first team in the league before everyone got injured.
More people need to talk about it. And this is why I can't see the Nuggets or the Grizzlies doing much. Because you got these teams, like now you got the Clippers, the Suns, the Pelicans.
Oh, yeah. Like, the Nuggets and Grizzlies are kind of just like... they're definitely in trouble. They're definitely in trouble. But, like I said, the Pelicans are just more health due. Zion's not back for another couple weeks. So they're probably going to be rough until then. But once he does come back, I think that they'll get themselves out of the play-in situation. Yeah. Boom. So after them, I got the Warriors. The Warriors are going to be the 7th seed.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
It just feels like that. Honestly,
I look at them in a play-in situation. Though.
I look at it completely different from that, though. I feel like they need it.
Oh yeah. If they get out the play-in, they're gonna be wild.
Yeah, like
oh god.
If they get that momentum, if they stick to the 7th seed, like I'm saying they are.
Oh, they'd smoke.
Their play-in is gonna be at home. So all right, you get a quote unquote earlier jump on the playoffs than the rest of the team.
And then they would see the Grizzlies and
wow. Right.
A number 7 Warriors versus a number 2 Grizzlies. Woo!
Grizzlies going down bad. Grizzlies going down bad.
I'm down for it. I'm not gonna lie. I get this.
Nah, because you was wilding right now. You were wilding.
Oh, D. I get where I say we're probably about to get copyrighted.
That was perfect.
I practiced that for like a year straight.
I got the Kings at number 8. I know it kind of looks like a far drop, but look at how bunched up everybody
There's
is.
4 teams all at 31.
Now think of how much of those teams...
They're only 4 games into the playoff to begin with.
Yeah.
Now just think of how much the other teams that are below them got better.
True.
Yeah.
True.
And they're the Kings.
Right. I mean, yeah.
They're the Kings.
At 9, I got the Blazers. I believe in Dave.
Yeah.
No, but I just haven't heard the Lakers yet. My guy, you got Lakers at 10?
No, he left them out.
You left them out?
No.
I was like, what?
V-Man! Yo, V-Man turns on the podcast.
Because I'm sick of this bullshit. It's like, nah. Yeah, but I got the Lakers at 10.
I think you also set this scenario up so both the Lakers and the Warriors would make the playoffs.
No, honestly,
but in this scenario,
honestly, it would. Because I do believe that those are the 2 teams that are going to make.
Because if the Kings lose that game to the Warriors, their whole momentum would be shot, and I think honestly, they would get cracked.
It goes with if you look at my whole entire list, it would go with perfect matchups.
Dude, the Lakers.
I think the Lakers could dog walk the Nuggets if they play them in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah,
they definitely could.
And then
again, like we just said, the Warriors and the Grizzlies series would be great.
Yeah.
Dude, you wrote the perfect script. You did
have a good script.
You have the
Mavs and the Pelicans and the Suns and the Clippers. That is an amazing fucking bracket.
Suns and Mavs come out of that.
Because for mine, like I had the Pelicans and the Warriors in the first playing game, and then the Lakers would face the winner of that, and that's just crazy. That's a crazy play-in tournament. Yeah, the West is gonna produce a crazy ass play-in tournament. Yeah. I mean the East too, because if you look at it, if the Hawks don't get to the top 6, they will be in there. Raptors, Wizards, Nets, Heat, Knicks, like that could be crazy too. But
I could even see it flip in this scenario where the Kings are number 9 and the Blazers are 8. The Warriors beat the Blazers.
Yeah, I don't even got the Blazers in that bitch.
And then the Blazers and the Lakers got to play for the 8th spot. I can see that.
Dame would probably quit.
He would scare the shit out of me in that game.
But he would quit after that. Or he would Dame time LeBron.
I was about to say this. To me, that screams a game that Dame would score 40.
And then
What, the Lakers?
Huh?
And then he would.
If he had to play,
Bro, Dame always
And then
goes
he
in
would-
against the
Then he
Lakers,
would get the
bro.
Nuggets, and he beat the Nuggets before. I mean, it wasn't anything pretty, but. and the
Dame
Nuggets
just
were
always
good.
goes in on the Lakers for no fucking reason.
And then he could.
I
face
feel like the
Nuggets.
Nuggets would just overwhelm the Trailblazers.
Oh yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's just Dame. Like,
Well, I mean, Jeremy.
it's
Grant's
not
been
just
really good.
Dame, but like
They
when
got-
it
they
comes
got-
down to it, it's
My
just
issue is
Dame.
they have a good team. It's just they can't beat these.
This is one of the
other
weirdest
teams
teams
in
that
the
has
West.
3 dudes averaging over 20. It's just a weird team.
Well, but that's the thing is like these other teams are just better than them. That's
Yeah.
just the unfortunate case. And it's like when they play, they don't get those lucky wins that some other teams do. It's either they're beating the teams they should and they're losing against the teams that they should. But damn, we did it. We got through that episode.
It's like 2 hours.
Fuck your deadline.
I'm leaving in like 14 minutes, bro. I gotta be out of here by 7:30 at the latest.
So my East play is not that bad neither.
The Hawks
The
would
Hawks and
the
the
Hawks
Bulls.
would beat the shit out of the Bulls.
Yeah, and then the Bulls would immediately lose to the Wizards.
Yeah. And the Wizards would just get swept by the Celtics. And the Hawks and the Bucks would be a fantastic first round.
They get
matchup.
swept.
Yeah.
Who would you
I don't
swept?
think they get
The
swept.
Wizards by the Celtics? Yeah.
I don't
Come
think
on.
they get swept.
Come on. You really think the Wizards pull out one game?
If Kristaps is healthy, yeah.
No.
If Kristaps and Bradley Beal's healthy, yeah.
They might be able to.
Kristaps' size is a big problem for the Celtics.
Time Lord would end Porzingis if he's healthy there.
If he's healthy.
Yeah.
If Time Lord's healthy.
Yeah. But I mean, either way, Al Horford could probably like shut down Porzingis with the right scheme.
No, but I think
And then you have to.
Porzingis is balling. I'm not gonna lie to
Jaylen
you.
Brown would be on Bradley Beal.
if everything goes
And
right,
then
I feel
Kuzma
like
would
they
just-
could maybe pull out one. If everything goes right for them, they
Yeah.
could pull out one. Yeah,
But
nothing more though.
For me, the Celtics got to be emotionally invested to sweep you. They were emotionally invested last year when they played the Nets.
yeah, I feel like they'd mollywop the Wizards though.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's gonna be over in 5.
at most.
Yeah, most. Yeah,
He's just giving them
I
one
wouldn't
game.
be surprised if they got swept.
If the
But I'm
Wizards,
giving them the respect of one game.
but if the
Yeah.
Wizards won a game in this series, they should hang up a banner for that.
Can you imagine? Yeah, one game against the Celtics. The Celtics don't even win the chip that year.
But
They still
honestly,
hang the banner.
for
Could
me,
you imagine?
it's a testament to John Wall because like.
What?
They had no, but that's what I'm saying. So the Wizards, when they had John Wall, the teams were a lot worse than the teams that they have now, and they're doing a lot worse now than when they had John Wall. So John Wall was actually that great.
Yeah, then he
So-
blew up his knee. Like
And yeah.
that's what happened to John Wall. It's not like it just
Well,
went
no,
bad.
I wasn't saying that. I'm just saying like that's just a testament to how good John Wall actually. actually
John
was.
Wall was a dog.
Yeah. But with that being said, I think we can leave it off at there. What a crazy, crazy time we got in the NBA. Now all we got to do is just watch some amazing
I'm
basketball.
excited.
ball.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm
This
overly
end of the year
excited.
We're gonna close this podcast. This was an amazing episode.
Thank you, Belgium.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Our content has been so amazing, and we're gonna push so much more out for you. By the way, we're gonna have an amazing camera soon too. Our quality is gonna go up. That's our next upgrade.
And we have a big guest next week, everybody.
yes,
We're gonna
we're-
leave him unknown.
Yes, we're
Then
gonna
we
have
have a big guest next
We're gonna have a
week.
big guest
Our
next
first
week.
guest on this.
On this version of the podcast, and
Segment.
overall, just thank you everyone for watching. I had a little bit of an emotional thank you when we were watching the NFL because that was our last episode of the season basically. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, sell your soul. Shout out to Belgium. V-Man looks like Jalen Brunson today.
What?
I always have to compare V-Man to somebody. But with that being said, have a good night. Peace out.
Shit, Jalen Brunson's balling. Do the bottle flip.
Oh, that was fire. No.
Too much.
That was horrible. That's it.
No.
Man. Yeah! Let's go! Thank you for watching.